Hi, my name is Franciria Moore with the Prosperity Agenda, and welcome to Coaching Up Close, our mini webinar series designed to work some quick tips into your busy schedule to help you improve your coaching skills. But first, let me introduce TPA. We are working to end persistent poverty, changing the way we think about, build programs for, and coach families under financial stress. Coaching, of course, is a big part of our DNA, and we work with organizations all over the country on their coaching program. Before we jump in, if you're joining us live, we'll have a question and answer session at the end of the webinar, so make sure you save your questions. And as a note, for the next few months, we will be offering Coaching Up Close webinars bi-weekly on the first and third Wednesday of each month, and we will be offering a new series called Coaching on Call. These are open office hours that are held on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month in order to provide a deeper question and answer time and to even do some collaborative brainstorming with other coaches from around the nation. Now, let's get started. Today's session is about bringing the coaching mindset into case management. Case management is used when participants are facing short-term issues and need immediate help navigating systems, finding information, or addressing crisis. The expectation is that the practitioner, that's you, would be in the driver's seat when it comes to the mission and goal of the sessions that you will be participating in with your participants. When case management is needed, the coach steps more into the driver's seat position. You know, they're driving the session, they're driving the goals, they're driving the mission. If you think about this is like putting out a fire. When you think about, I don't know about anyone on the call, but I actually had a house fire when I was in high school. Our house caught on fire, we were home, and how ridiculous would it have been for the fire department to show up and say, would you like for us to put out the left side of the house first or the right side of the house first? Well, of course that would have been ridiculous, because my response would have been, I don't know, just save my shoes, because I was a really big tennis shoe fanatic in high school. It doesn't matter in a crisis necessarily. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it is not as necessary in case management for you to ask questions about what is needed. When a person is in crisis, it's very, very clear what they need, and they will confirm that that's what they need. And so you're in the driver's seat and you're working to put out a fire with the participant or for the participant, even at that time, depending on what stage of change they're in. Now, the coaching mindset, or a coach will come into a situation with a slightly different perspective. A coach is coming into a session, and this requires them to encourage the participant to be in the driver's seat, or to be the one that's putting out the fire, or really there is no fire that's happening when there's coaching. Coaching happens once the fire is out. So if there's a fire or some type of crisis going on in the life of your participant, maybe case management is where you should be. But of course, you need to do some deeper assessment there to figure that out. But I would 9 times out of 10 guarantee that you should be doing case management, providing case management to bring things to at least some level of stability so that you can do the deeper work of coaching with a person. When you move into coaching, now you move from the driver's seat into the passenger seat, and you're there to provide support to the participant while they are exploring new possibilities, or as they're working toward the goals that they've chosen for their family. So you might be asking, how can these two things work together, friend? How can I be in the coaching mindset, but also be providing case management? If case management is putting out fires and driving the mission, and coaching and the coaching mindset says that I am in the passenger seat, how can these two things go together? How can I be the driver and the passenger at the same time? Well, I am glad that you asked. Okay, I'm so glad that you asked that question. The Prosperity Agenda defines the coaching mindset as being goal-driven, participant-centered, and strengths-based. Okay, we even came up with this really cool acronym for it called GPS: goal-driven, participant-centered, and strengths-based. And it's also a great mnemonic because it helps remind us that we should always be led by these things, and that by doing this, we can ensure that we are providing case management that even as we're providing case management, that we are still putting the participants' needs and desires above our assumptions and maybe even some of our hidden bias. Providing great case management also increases the likelihood that coaching in the future with that family will be effective. So if you would, you could think about case management as laying the foundation, the relational foundation with a family, so that later you can have the rapport that it takes to enter into a coaching relationship with a person. So now that we've established exactly what the coaching mindset is, again, I want to remind you, the coaching mindset is being goal-driven, participant-centered, and strengths-based. Now, I want to pause right there and say that is not by any means exhaustive. Those are not all of the characteristics, all of the things that are involved in having a coaching mindset. But if we had to pare things down into a nice package and to really define those hallmark characteristics of the coaching mindset, they would come down to being goal-driven. That means the goal of the participant-centered, meaning it is about them as they define what is necessary for their lives. And strengths-based, meaning helping them find those strengths and then rely on those strengths to move them, leveraging those strengths to move them to another level or to another place in their life. Okay, so I want to just give you a few things that you can do to help keep you in that coaching mindset, even as you're providing case management. Because when a person is in crisis or where there's some instability or there's an issue of some type, the last thing that a participant needs or would want is for a coach to also feel flustered. And so in providing case management, it's very important that you come in with a very calm persona, and that you're also consistent. Consistency in the face of inconsistency and instability is so important. And so we are now going to review 4 things that you can do to make sure that you're remaining in the coaching mindset. Okay. The first thing is asking powerful questions. This powerful questions is one of our core 4 coaching skills. If you're not familiar with that, please check out the other videos on our YouTube page under the Coaching Up Close playlist, and you can find one that is specifically about asking powerful questions. But you can ask powerful questions even when you're in case management. These questions, the questions that you'll use during case management, will mainly be yes or no questions, because you're trying to gather information so that you can know what support and resources to bring to your participant. But you can still ask questions that help the participant discover something new about themselves or their abilities. Okay, questions are not only, deep and meaningfully reflective questions that give you information, but powerful questions are also meant to raise the level of awareness for the participant. And so that could be as simple as adding and what might that do for you to the end of a question. Okay, so the question might be, what type of job do you feel that you're qualified to do? And then the person gives a response to that. And then a way to simply make this a powerful question is to add the follow-up question to that being, and what might getting a job like that do for you? Okay, because that's now helping me move away from the facts or away from the thing, the actual thing that they're saying that they want, into what this means to you. Why is this valuable to you? Why is this important to you? Because in knowing that as a coach, it sets you up to be able to pivot in many more directions than just the one thing. Okay. A person can say, I really enjoy eating popsicles. Popsicles are my favorite thing. You might be sitting there going, wow, popsicles, it's just frozen juice, right? But then when you ask, well, what does that mean to you? They say, well, I just had a tonsillectomy, and they said, eating cool things helps, I'm coming up with this off the top of my head, just bear with me. Eating these cool things helps to relieve that pain. So that's why I really enjoy popsicles. You see how much more information I got about that person and what they value and what's going on, because I just added that simple little addition of, and what would that mean for you? Okay, so asking powerful questions is important, and you can still do it even when you're in case management. And that might mean asking a yes or no question and then waiting for the right time, not every time, but waiting for the right time to add an add-on question there to find out what the value is. Why is that important for the person? The second thing you can do is ask permission when you're in case management. Sometimes when we're in fixer mode, when we're just fixing things and we're going about our day and we're, referring people to this program or that program, or we're helping people try to solve, really, really big issues in their lives. Sometimes we forget to acknowledge that our participants still have the answer. We really, truly believe here at TPA that participants have the answers and that they are experts in their own lives. And we want to acknowledge that even when we're in case management. Okay. Even when we're in case management, we want to make sure that we have that coaching mindset that says, I want to ask your permission about this thing. I don't want to just assume that participants, because they're in the middle of a crisis, can't, or that they won't. Okay. And so the only way to do that is to ask permission. That's another way to stay in the coach's mindset. The third thing you can do to stay in the coach's mindset is listen reflectively. Okay. You want to listen reflectively again to gain an understanding about the participants' values, and maybe even glean a few clues about what might be of interest to them in the future. Okay. It's important to listen to these things, and in any way you can, you want to make sure that when you're in case management mode, in the coach's mindset, you are on a fact-finding mission. I am looking for information that will help me, one, solve the issue that is at hand, and two, help me understand how I can pivot into a coaching relationship with this participant. And one of the ways that you can do that is by listening reflectively, reflecting back to the participant what they said to you to make sure that you indeed have it. And again, you can find more about that skill on our Coaching Up Close YouTube page. We do a full video about that, so please check that out. And then the last thing that you could do, number 4, is to provide equitable scaffolding. Okay, that was a mouthful, so let me say it again. To provide equitable scaffolding. Equitable scaffolding is when you support a participant with the help that they need for where they are, and not taking a blanket approach of, I give everybody the same thing. Now more than ever, we understand that different people in our society land at different places. And so while you may say, hey, I give everybody a fruit basket, and so now, and I'm being equal, I'm doing this equally for everyone. One family might not need a fruit basket, they might need a whole orchard. And so you do that so that the family can reach where they need to be to, again, get to a point of stability. Okay, we're all case management is doing is hoping to get that participant to a point of stability. And so we do that through equitable scaffolding. And then scaffolding says, I'm going to build you up as much as you need, but I'm also going to be paying attention for the things that I can start to pull away, because you now can do them on your own. Okay. It's no different than your child learning to ride a bike. They have training wheels, and then eventually, you let them ride outside on the curve, and then eventually you take the training wheels off, and now they're going a lot further. That's what scaffolding is. Scaffolding says, I'm going to give you what you need until you show me that you can do it on your own. And once you show me you can do it on your own, I'm going to remove that support so that indeed you can. Because again, the coach's mindset says that we are goal-driven, participant-centered, and strengths-based. But how can I know that that's a strength for you if I never remove those scaffolds? How can I know that that's a strength for you if I never give you the support that you will need to even discover that that's something that you're strong at? Okay, so you support them until they reach a point where they can do it on their own. Entering the coaching mindset is so important, even when you are providing case management, because again, the tendency can be to fix a problem and not to coach a person. Okay, but remember that in providing effective case management with a coaching mindset, you do set yourself up to have a deeper, more meaningful relationship with your participant. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us on our Coaching up close. We hope that you'll join us next week. And if you're here with us live, please stick around and we'll have some question and answer time. So feel free to add those questions to the chat box. Until next time, we will see you in 2 weeks at our next Coaching Up call. Thank you and have a great day.